Thank you, Chairman. And thank you, Representative Mao, for being here. I got involved with this as many of my constituents were on the panel of people that submitted testimony, and I was shocked by what I found. And at first, what I found most alarming was that I thought they were frustrated, but it was more fear than frustration. And I experienced the same thing that Dan did as I was trying to get some of these people that had already met with me on the issue to come forward and testify. They were unwilling to do so for fear of retribution, which is absolutely alarming. And one point that I really want to bring up here today that it was kind of talked around but not directly at is due process. There's no due process here. They are the plaintiff, the jury, the judge. There's no recourse. They can go back to the same people and appeal for a change of a decision or a permit or a decrease in a fee, but there's no recourse except for legal. So they can take it to the courts and challenge it there. And you're talking about municipalities that have already been saddled with thousands, in some cases millions of dollars, cumulatively in fees, construction costs, fines, et cetera. And now they're supposed to go to court over it against an agency that's sitting on a minimum $40 million of those are taxpayer dollars. Whether they're fees, fines, that's all from our consumers. And while we might only pay 37%, point whatever percent, as is Commonwealth in our share, our share is much greater than that because all of the fees and fines that are really the bulk of their funding is coming from our local businesses, our municipalities that are submitting those fees and fines, which are extensive at best. So again, you get back to there's no checks and balances here. We have no recourse as a legislative body, which everybody should find alarming. And while there's no transparency. While they have their own FOIA, again, that's not law. They dictate the terms. So they can say, no, we're not going to do that. And what's the recourse? Again, there's no recourse. It's not the law. They do not have to follow that. So I think it's imperative that if us to get this as a legislative body under our jurisdiction, this has to be, they're assessing fines, fees. They have to be accountable to somebody beyond their own entity. So thank you very much for having these discussions and this panel. I'm truly grateful.